and welcome back to Phenomena. This is season 5. We're still in the 5th season. And this is episode 9, the penultimate episode, because we have 10 episodes per season. I'm your host, Mimi Dibbs, and today we're going to be talking about the Winchester Mystery House, which is apparently in California. So when I told Ruben, our lovely co-producer, script master, and the actual the script writer of this episode, their husband was like, you have to go visit it because it's in California. And I was like, I don't know. I do love spooky stuff. I love talking about spooky stuff. I do love spooky stuff, but I don't know. It depends. How spooky is it? I don't know. I feel like I'm fine going to like a haunted house. That's fine, but like a haunted house like around Halloween time where it's like decorated and you're like, oh wow, our production in here is great. But like going to an actual spooky house is a little like, I don't know. I feel like I should, like, I can't say I'm into spooky stuff until I actually go. So you know what? Maybe I will go. Maybe I'll film an episode from there. Who knows? We'll see. It's apparently a house that was built at some point in time, and it has a bunch of like, all I know about it is that it has a bunch of like doors that don't lead anywhere and staircases that don't lead anywhere, and I don't know why. I know it was like built by some woman, but I don't know why she did it. So let's get into it, shall we? Hey, phenomeneers. What? Phenomeners. Oh, phenomeners. Okay, all right, phenomeners. Phenomenation, if you will. The world outside is totally unhinged right now. Facts. So let's get lost in a phenomenon that's fun, ironic, and honestly, kind of iconic. Ooh, ironic and iconic. Okay, bars. I didn't know Eminem wrote this script. I have mentioned Eminem several times, and I'm just waiting for him to subtweet me about it. So, I mean, your move, Eminem. Full transparency, I didn't know this house by this name before researching this episode, but I absolutely knew of this house because it's everywhere. No way, really? Oh my God. Okay, well, I'm excited to learn more because all I know is the whole like weirdly, how it's like strangely built and like how the woman that owns the house like wanted it built that way. But why? I don't know. What was she trying to hide? Who knows? Let's find out together. The Winchester Mystery House was used as the Cyrus Zorba house in the 1960s film 13 Ghosts. Oh, cool. Yeah, I think it has been used for several other projects as well. It inspired Disney's Haunted Mansion ride. No way, what? Stephen King's 2002 miniseries Rose Red was based on its lore, and it's appeared in shows like Most Haunted Live, Ghost Adventures, Mythbusters, and Ghost Brothers. Okay, well, I feel like if they can all go there and they were able to survive the Winchester Mystery House, then perhaps me too, I too will be able to survive it. TBD. Stay tuned. Needless to say, it's one of America's most famous haunted houses. Yeah, that's why I wanted to cover it. Because it's anything paranormal. I have vowed that every season will have at least one spooky paranormal episode because I feel like we need to go more into the paranormal. We haven't gone too deep into the paranormal. And all paranormal stuff is a phenomenon because it's like, why does it happen? And like science can't like figure out, like, you know what I mean? It's always like, do you believe in ghosts and blah, blah, blah. And I think I've kind of gone over what I believe in the Brown Lady of Raynham Hall episode, but I think we just need to go more like full in on ghosts. Maybe we should have a whole season on just ghosts. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know. Also, quick, I should do this in the beginning of the episodes. So subscribe and like and comment. And I love when people comment because it's really fun and I want to hear your opinion and whether or not you believe in ghosts and if you've heard of this house and maybe you don't know it like Ruben didn't, but when you start to hear more about it, maybe it'll like remind you and then maybe you did know about it. Who knows? But is it actually haunted? In the late 1800s, like much of history, women had it rough. Yeah, I was going to say, tell me about it. Why? I, a woman in the 1800s. But that same era was also a turning point with women pushing back through education, labor organization, and the early fight for political rights. Yes, women. Yes, who run the world, girls. Honestly, also, what I don't understand is like every human came from a woman and then like women were like, people were like, ew, women, except for you came from a woman. Hello? Like the irony is not lost on me in terms of, it shouldn't be lost on anybody, but it's just like ridiculous because it's like, you can't, how can you put a woman down when everyone has a mother? That doesn't make any sense. We're the closest thing to God you're going to get. So pray to me, damn it. The story of the Winchester Mystery House is, at its core, the story of an eccentric 19th century woman who lived in whimsy in a world that couldn't handle it, so they called it a mystery. Oh, I kind of love her already. If she lives in whimsy, I'm on board. Everyone should live in a little bit of whimsy. After all, what's more mysterious than a woman fully in control of herself? Yes, witch. She's the woman in total control of herself. Woman in total control of herself. Witch. That is a song. By the way, I didn't come up with it. Join us as we take a tour of the Winchester Mystery House. Ooh, yeah. I remember when I was telling Ruben that I wanted to cover this topic, they went and searched it online, and I guess you can do a virtual tour. I don't know if it costs any money, but you could also do a virtual tour. So that's fun. Quick pause for Phenomennouncements. Today, I wanted to shout out my new favorite find for working out. I'm in my workout era. I'm getting married this year, so I gotta be in my workout era, honestly. I found this place in near Burbank, I'm pretty sure, called AirFit Bungee. It's so fun. They have bungee classes. It's the best. I love it. It's at AirFit Bungee. So AIRFIT BUNGEE _Inc. on Instagram. Definitely give them a follow. They are amazing. It is owned by this lovely, lovely woman, Cassandra. She's the best, honestly. They have bungee classes, fit springs, which is they have ones for arms and ones for legs, and they're all springs, but it's resistance training. It's crazy. It's really fun. But the fit springs are more resistance training, and it's toning specific parts of your body, whereas bungee is just everything, and you just get a harness, and it's so fun. I just love it so much because you get to fly around and go wee, but then also you have to be controlled about it. And I actually asked if I could teach some of the level 1 classes. That's how much I love this place. I literally want to be there all the time. I think I have a training tomorrow. So definitely follow along so that, if I do end up announcing that I will be one of the teachers for the AirFit Bungee 1 classes, then yeah, come check it out. If you're in the California area or in the Los Angeles area, California is really big. They also have Pilates, aerial yoga, and private parties. And classes start at around $30 or so, which is honestly pretty typical. That's about how much you're gonna find classes that have anything to do with aerial stuff. If you're anything like me, where I just find working out kind of boring a little bit. There's just, standard working out where it's you don't really do anything besides reps, which totally fair. That is how you build strength. My amazing private personal trainer right now. Her name is Laura. She is incredible. I should actually shout her out as well. If you're interested in taking any personal training classes, because she is fantastic. I love her so much. Let's see, Laura. Oh yeah, and her last name is Ocean or Oceans. I think it's Ocean. Look up Searching Oceans. Ooh, a double little shout out for Phenomennouncements. She told me that you have to do reps and stuff in order to build muscle, which is fair. I get it. And I understand that, and I agree, and that's good. But I feel with AirFit Bungee classes, I don't really feel I'm working out. I feel if I have to keep track of the reps I'm doing, it's more I can't really I don't know, I get really in my head about it. I'm working with Laura on not getting so in my head about it. And she's been so helpful with that. So honestly, if you need a personal trainer, I cannot recommend her enough. The bungee classes are more fun. They're whatever the woman that owns the Winchester Mystery House is. It's whimsical. You just get to hop around on bungees and oh my God. Doing squats, sometimes you can do jumps. You can do a jump into a squat, and you get so high. It makes me feel I can jump way higher than I normally can. It makes you feel you have superpowers. So I don't know. If you don't even know what it's like to take one bungee class, I highly recommend you do it just to see what it's like. And then maybe you love it, and then maybe you don't, and that's okay. I will say that it's a lot of women in the class because you do have to wear a a harness that goes on the inner thighs, and it's very uncomfortable for men. John, I think I made John take one class with me, and he was like, "This is torture." I was like, "Well, that's not my fault. I don't know. I didn't design the class." Just that, fair warning. Whatever. It's a space for the girlies to just have fun, and the space is really, really awesome. It's got little lights everywhere, and you play really fun music, and it's a blast. Honestly, it's so great. So definitely check them out. Yay! Awesome. Without further ado, let's get into the lore. The Winchester Mystery House is the media's name for a massive 24,000 square foot mansion in San Jose, California that drew attention largely because of how it came to be. Sarah Winchester, There it is, our whimsical 19th century woman, Sarah Winchester, the widow of the heir to the Winchester rifle fortune. The family's credited with the invention of the rifle. Yikes. No way. What? Bad. Oh, well, I mean, who uses rifles anymore? Did they ever use rifles only for hunting? I don't think no, I feel like sheriffs used rifles maybe. I don't know. I don't know much about rifles or guns, and I'd like to keep it that way. She's the heir to the Winchester rifle fortune, inherited $20 million. Cool. Throw a couple millies my way. Plus nearly 50% of the Winchester stock when her husband, William Wirt Winchester, died of tuberculosis. Oh no. With that kind of, I'm surprised he didn't die from a rifle misfire. But R.I.P. William Wirt. Wirt is his middle name, W-I-R-T. That's iconic, honestly. And his name is WWW. Wow. WWW Winchester, except for the last W is in, Winchester. Okay, with that kind of money, Sarah could do what very few women of her time could, take care of herself. Yes, queen, we love it. Free, wealthy, and in her 50s, she moved to California and bought a 2-story farmhouse near San Jose. A woman living alone scandal. And began remodeling. Okay, all right, Sarah, what is this remodel? Remodel, in quotations, doesn't feel like the right word because you don't remodel an 8-room farmhouse into a 160-room mansion featuring 40 bedrooms, 6 kitchens, 13 bathrooms, 47 staircases, and over 2,000 doors. But I don't know what else to call it. Fair. That's, wow. Wait, what? This is a castle. The Winchester Castle is more like it. So wow. Sarah needed a hobby, it feels like, because she was just like, more rooms. I'm upset. Let me build a room about it. So, okay. And Ruben, thank you so much. Featured a before picture. This is what the house looked like, the farmhouse looked like when she first bought it. It's lovely. It's quaint. We like it. And then this is the after. Boom. 400 rooms later. That's crazy. There's like a little tower in there. For why? Sarah, please. From what I can tell, Sarah wanted to spend every penny of her fortune building her own castle. Yep, that's surely what it seems like. At first, she hired architects to help build the project. Eventually, she dismissed them and decided to design the house herself. She was like, too standard. She's like, you only want me to have 8 bedrooms? No, I need at least... How many bedrooms? 32 more. She had 40 bedrooms. For why? Sarah. Also, the fact that she had architects and then she fired them or whatever gives a little bit of H.H. Holmes and that house, because he also kind of did that with his Chicago crazy house that he made. But that was because he had more nefarious things, right? He had chutes that went down into crazy rooms, and he would sell people's skeletons to medical facilities because they really needed them for anatomical research and whatnot. But obviously he just he was a serial killer. H.H. Holmes, look it up. It's the guy who's featured in Devil in the White City. Great book. Highly recommend the audiobook because it's a little hard to follow because it's written in old-timey English. But anyway, H.H. Holmes, that house, he because he would hire people, he had a habit of hiring and firing people, because as soon as they were trying to catch on and be wait, sir, why do you need a chute into this boiler room? And he's don't worry about it, you're fired, next guy. And so he would he used that as a way to keep people in the dark about what he was actually doing. So I wonder if that was her idea as well, or maybe she just didn't think they were doing it right because they were making a standard house, and she was no, nothing about this is standard. You think I want a regular house? You haven't read the prompt. Which honestly, I mean, go off, Sarah. Free will. She can do whatever she wants. And she did. She planned rooms one at a time, supervised construction personally, and took advice from carpenters as she went. Some historians even consider her an architectural pioneer. Huh. That's really interesting, considering I'm pretty sure there's staircases that don't go anywhere, but all right. I guess she pioneered how not to build houses. Her methods of building were eccentric, to say the least. Sarah was known to abandon and rebuild sections of the house if they didn't meet her expectations. What were her expectations? Again, none of the, it doesn't make any sense. Or does it? I don't know. Maybe we'll find out more about what her idea was when she was building this. Because why? I don't know. In fact, in 1897, the San Jose News reported that the mansion's 7-story tower had been torn down and rebuilt 16 times. It's a 7-story tower? For what? Looking out into the San Jose Valley or, I don't know, mountains? Why? It's just, I mean, how? That's crazy. That just seems like she just like really just wanted to spend the rest of her life building this house. And she was like, yay, we built it once. Okay, tear it down, build it again. Like a little Jenga. She like this is like her little game. As the house grew outward, exterior features became odd interior features. Windows were barred and doors were sealed off. Staircases led nowhere and multiple levels were added to different sections. That's honestly wild. That's a little bit like our complex right now where we live has a lot of random platforms in like places where you're like, why is there a platform here? I don't know. It kind of reminds me of this because it's just, it's very, also the numbers don't make any sense. Like they'll have like, it'll be like 1, 8, 26, 5. Like, I don't know who built this complex, but it's giving Winchester Mystery House. In this way, the farmhouse became a sprawling, mismatched maze-like Victorian mansion, which Sarah lovingly called Llanada Villa. Llanada Villa. As the mansion grew, so too did the rumors. Neighbors had no idea what the inside of the house looked like, but everyone knew it was under constant construction. Curiosity ran wild, and people began calling it the House of Mystery. Well, yeah, I would too if it was like, she building more... Is she turning sections of this into an Airbnb? Like, what is she doing? Like, did anybody inhabit these rooms? Sarah, it feels a little wasteful. I don't know. She lived alone? She didn't have kids, as far as we know? Like, why do you need all these houses? For the ghosts. Ooh, I don't know. Perhaps. By the 1890s, newspapers suggested that Sarah was building the house to avoid death herself. Ooh, so death. If death was any gender, it'd be a woman for sure. Avoid death itself, saying that the construction magically prolonged her life. Oh. Sorry? Pardon? In 1895, the San Francisco Chronicle wrote, the widow of the rifle inventor believes she will die when the work stops. Oh, no! No way. This feels like a rumor, but also a very interesting one because it kind of might explain why she just kept building and building. She's like, the construction never ends. As soon as the construction ends, I die. Stories emerged, claiming Sarah held nightly seances in the house, speaking with spirits about what construction should happen the next day. I feel like I've heard it. I feel like I talked to someone about how we were going to cover the Winchester Mystery House, and they were like, yeah, apparently she like did a Ouija board and like talked to spirits, and the spirits would tell her like, all right, yeah, make a new house in like the east wing of the house. I mean, what new house? It might as well be an entirely new house, but like new rooms so like, she took her construction advice from ghosts, I guess. Then came the 1906 earthquake, which severely damaged the mansion. Oh no! The 7-story tower and most of the 4th floor were demolished. Soon after, the San Francisco Examiner reported that Sarah suffered a nervous breakdown and developed neuritis following the destruction, reinforcing the idea that the house and her health were mysteriously linked. Or was she like really upset that like her life's work was just like gone, like just like that? I don't know. That feels like it's on rocky ground, if you know what I'm saying. Little earthquake pun there. No, it's not. I don't know. Nobody says that. In 1922, Sarah Winchester died. Wow. Okay, she lived like a good while. 1922, Sarah Winchester died in the house, and with her death, 36 years of construction came to an end. She constructed this house for 36 years? The belief that, I mean, okay, to be fair, not fair, I think that she could have donated these funds. Kind of seems like, why did you spend all that money on this house? For why? I don't get it. The belief that Sarah built the house to confuse spirits and that she was mentally unstable grew rapidly. Doors opening to nowhere, stairs ending at ceilings. Well, that's kind of fun. Ooh, did she like invent the idea of the attic? No, probably not. But maybe it was like a ghost attic. Like it's like it doesn't like only spirits can get up there because there's no door. I don't know. Maybe they like really wanted the stairs for whatever reason. I'm trying to like bring sense to a senseless act here. Interior barred windows and trapdoors were all cited as proof of her supposed madness. Yeah, well, I could see why. Sarah's will directed that the property be sold. Her relatives couldn't afford to maintain it. Investors divided the original 160-acre estate into smaller parcels. Wow. Okay, well, okay. How much of it is left? A year later, the house opened for public tours. On opening day, more than 10,000 people showed up, and the legend only grew. Ooh, wow, okay. So the people that inherited the house were like, yeah, sure, fine. I don't know, have tours here. Let's see. The theories. Okay, let's get into the theories. Is the house haunted? Good question. Many people think so. There's even a rumor that the house is home to over 1,000 spirits, but paranormal investigator Joe Nickel argues that most reported ghost experiences can be explained by confirmation bias and suggestibility. Old houses creak, drafts cause temperature shifts, wind makes noise. When people expect a haunting, their brains fill in the blanks. That's fair, yeah. Although it's very interesting because, like, again, she didn't really do the seances with anyone, it sounds like. So, like, there's no one to corroborate whether or not she even took any suggestions from spirits in order to, like, build the house. But if she did, like, why? Did someone, like, suggest she do that? I don't know. I just don't really understand what the draw for her to go into the paranormal was, unless she was just, like, a little spooky girl. Which I guess could just be the answer. I don't know. Maybe she was just drawn to the spookier stuff. I thought it said that she, like, built the house all strangely to confuse the ghosts. So, like, was she trying to evade the ghosts? I don't know. Theory number 2 was Sarah crazy. Ooh, in parentheses, crazy. Others argue that if the house isn't haunted, Sarah must have been. But historians point out that many odd features have practical explanations. Sealed windows were once exterior walls. Then why do they have windows on them? Shallow stairs accommodated Sarah's declining health. Okay, that checks out. And trapdoors were part of the greenhouse drainage. Oh, okay. I guess some of those are explained, but then what about, like, random staircases leading to nowhere? Was it like they were, like, making the room and then when it wasn't finished, they were just like, whatever, block it off? Was there anything there? I don't know. I think this is why it's such a mystery. But theory number 3, or was Sarah just a woman with money and autonomy? This one's my theory. Okay, Ruben. But also, like, this, I don't know, this is not giving the best of, she's not the best example of a woman with money and autonomy. And she could do whatever she wants, but it's like, she could have, like, made a public library with that money or, like, done something to benefit the public good. But, like, no, I guess she was just really into building her own little dollhouse, I guess. Would newspapers have scrutinized every eccentric design choice a wealthy man made? Absolutely not. You don't think so? I guess not as much. But I do think at some point, if anyone went over, they'd be like, so this, like, old man Jenkins is building a house with a bunch of rooms that go nowhere. Like, what is this? And why is it so big? Like, again, did anyone get to, like, it just seems wasteful. Sarah did what she wanted, when she wanted, and society wasn't thrilled about it. Instead of calling her an architect, they called her a witch that communed with spirits and dealt in magic. I see where you're going with this, and that's fair. But also, like, I think it'd be different if she, like, I don't know. I wonder if there's anything that architects took from the Winchester house as, like, as far as it helping the architecture of other houses later built after that. You know what I mean? Like, did she, like, pioneer a new way to build greenhouse drainage systems? Or did she pioneer a new way for, like, elevators to be, like, repurposed or something? Or I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it seems like, if anything, she just, like, made a house for, like, what not to do. Don't build a house like this that like, doesn't make any sense. I do want to see this in person now, though. I do want to see, like, what this is all about. It just seems like she, like, maybe she just wanted to live in a weird house. I guess to each their own. I just don't think you need 40 bedrooms. I think you could build a kooky house, but, like, let's be reasonable here, Sarah. We don't need this many rooms. We don't need 7 stories for a tower that you can't even get up because your knees are old. Like, what? Why did we do that? What is this all for? I don't know. I guess we'll never know because she didn't want to answer that question. And it seemed like people were just okay with coming up with their own rumors about it anyway. So, okay. In closing, whether you believe the Winchester Mystery House is haunted or simply the architectural passion project of a woman far ahead of her time. Why far ahead of her time, though? Again, I need to talk to Ruben about this, because is there anything in the house that helped? Or was it all just a madhouse of like nothing, going nowhere? There were 40 rooms, but for what? And also, like, did she figure out a really great way to build stairs that like used less equipment or something, or like give me something. Otherwise I can't be on board with her being an architectural woman ahead of her time. Like it just doesn't seem like she like came up with anything that was substantially like helpful for architects later on, besides again what not to do. Maybe it's full of ghosts. Maybe it's full of rumors, grief, and a century of people projecting meaning onto a place they don't quite understand. To be fair, I don't even know if Sarah quite understood. To be fair, I just don't even know if she really even knew what she was building. I think she was like, ghost, tell me what to do. And the ghost, she was like, stair. Okay, tomorrow we build stair. And then the contractors were like, okay, Miss Winchester, where would you like this stair to go? She goes, I don't know. The ghosts only said stair. Well, that's all. Thank you. Goodbye. I just needed that one stair. It doesn't have to go anywhere. The ghosts they wanted stairs here, so I will oblige. So it just seems like it's just like random things. Or it's just like the ghosts being like, I don't know, what else do we tell this woman? We'll tell her, I don't know, build another room, I guess. Like, it seems so bizarre. Or maybe just the result of a woman with money, autonomy, and no interest in explaining herself. Sure, I guess. I mean, that much is clear. It's a woman with a lot of money, autonomy, and no interest in leaving behind any sort of like helpful thing. I mean, I guess you can go tour the house, so that's good. I do want to see it now. It's mainly because I'm like, I truly just want to see if there's anything about this house that like helped modern architects in any way at all. Because I feel like there isn't. I don't get it. Just seems like kind of a waste of time and money. But that's just me. I don't know. Sarah, don't send your ghost friends to haunt me, please. I don't mean that. Prove me wrong. I don't know. Because maybe the real mystery isn't the house. It's why we're so uncomfortable with women who don't fit the mold. Okay, true, but also I don't know. Ruben, this just feels like I don't know if she's like the best icon to represent women with autonomy. It would be if I mean, I guess like nobody needs to like make any sense. But again, even if I think if it was a man who built the house, they would still at some point be like, I heard the man's lost his mind. He's like making a tower for whatever, for like no reason apparently. He's also like making a bunch of rooms that don't go anywhere. Like H.H. Holmes, like he was a man that built a weird ass house, and there were still rumors that were like all around being like, why does he have a bunch of like ducts that go into these secret boiler rooms with like a bunch of like, I don't know, it's weird. And he was weird. He did use it to murder people. So there is that. Thankfully, it doesn't seem like there was no nefarious purpose for this house, as far as I can tell. If we've piqued your interest, you can visit the mansion yourself and take a 65-minute guided tour through 110 of its 160 rooms. Why can't you see the other 50? That's so many rooms. I do want to see it. I want to see it, and I'm going to do a follow-up episode on this because I'm like, what am I going to learn? Maybe I'll do a little vlog. I'll be like, come with me to the Winchester house, and then I'll make a bunch of videos and I'll put them all together. So let me know if you want me to, because now I'm really more intrigued on figuring out if there's any reason for this house whatsoever. And if there's not, it's just like, okay, Sarah, again, I feel like she could have used some friends to be like, have you thought of potentially, building a college? If she's a pioneer for women, build a college for women to get their education. Like, what are you wasting your money on making a bunch of rooms for? Your ghost friends, I guess? Like, girl, we need to get you more people friends. You know what I'm saying? I think we need people friends. It's like when people, like, literally, someone was talking to me about how, like, yeah, I was asking questions to ChatGPT and Grok and Gemini. And Gemini has a much better response. Like, when I was asking it, it really, like, came down. I was like, you know who has the best response? Humans. You should talk to humans. Please stop having conversations with AI. AI is not, it's literally a large language model that is completely just there to agree with every single thing you're saying. It does not have thoughts. So you can't say like, oh, Gemini's responses were much more thoughtful. No, they weren't. They're thoughtless. Everything having to do with AI does not have to do with thought. It is not thinking. It's literally just being like, yeah, you're totally right. That's literally how every LLM is built. And you don't even realize the questions you ask AI has confirmation bias in it. Many people ask things like, why should I go out tonight? And then the AI will be like, well, you should absolutely go out tonight because it sounds like you want to go out tonight. So here are 5 reasons why you should go out tonight. Like, it's not like, should I go out or should I not? It's why should I go out? And it's, so you're already injecting your personal bias into the questions. Like, but regardless, just stop having conversations with AI. It's not a conversation. It's literally like asking a magic 8 ball and then but if the magic 8 ball was programmed to be like, yes, and it's literally an improv. Like, it's just agreeing with everything you're saying. It's not a real conversation. Please. Anyway, that was my little anti-AI PSA. Walk the staircases that lead nowhere. Open doors that don't make sense. And decide for yourself what you think is really haunting the Winchester Mystery House. Ooh, I was an extra on this one production called Yellow Number 5. And in one of the houses that we're like filming in, there was a door that leads to a brick wall. So that's weird. I'm pretty sure that's very Winchester Mystery House coded. It seems like she at the very least came up with the idea of like nonsensical architecture for things that like don't make any sense. And then it adds to just like mysterious, like, why is the door here if there's nothing? Or like, was there anything behind this door at some point and now it's not? Like, I don't know. But if you do end up going, tell us what you find. Yay! Definitely do. And I will also, I will now make it a personal point to go check it out, because I'm curious, but it's not going to be at nighttime because it's scary. I'm a little bit scared. Quick reminder, we have an Expedia affiliate link, expedia.com/affiliate/phenomena/season 5. Check it out. The number 5, not FIVE. It's season 5, the number. To book your next trip, if you are going to California and you're going to be anywhere near San Jose, definitely go check out the Winchester Mystery House. I feel like that's a fun thing to do for like a touristy little like day in California. Or even if you live in California, it sounds like a fun little thing to do, and I kind of want to do it, so I will. And you should too, and you should use the Expedia affiliate link. Pokepic for this week's episode. The Pokepic is... the Pokepic for this week's episode is timber. It's going down. I'm yelling timber. You better move. Oh, wait, after that earthquake tore down the like 7-story tower that she had, I think I like to think that Timber with Timbaland and Kesha played in the background. But yes, no, Timber, the muscular Pokemon. Nice. Yeah, he's pretty swole, but he looks like a little pack rat, and he's like forever carrying these like bars, or what are they? I don't know. Slabs of concrete something. I don't know. Or are they wood? I don't know. It looks like he's doing something construction-wise, and that is a great Pokepic because, yeah, if Sarah... It seems like she was like a half-baked architect. Like, she knew she wanted to build, but she didn't have a vision of what the ending should be. So she was just like, I must build forever. Now I feel like I am in the camp of like, maybe she did think that she needed to build forever, otherwise she might die. I don't know. But the Pokedex entry for Timber is, it loves helping out with construction projects. It loves it so much that if rain causes work to halt, it swings its log around and throws a tantrum. Wow. I didn't know Timber hated days off. Timber hates PTO. Wow. Okay, well... that's great. Thank you, Timber. And speaking of timber and construction projects, immigrants are amazing. And it is a well-known thing that a bunch of like immigrants helped build so many things in America. And it's mainly because it's like American people don't want to do the work. Those jobs were open to American people. And American people were like, well, I don't want to, I'm tired. I don't want to hold around and haul things. And it's like, okay, fine. Then, you know what I mean? Like immigrants were like, that's fine. I'm happy to help build that. And they had an interest in doing that. So yes, I love that. This is great. Not to say, obviously, that only immigrants help in construction, but there is a large amount of immigrants helping in construction. We should be thanking immigrant populations for helping build stuff. And again, it's not because they're stealing the jobs or whatever the hell. It's because literally Americans are too lazy, or a lot of the times they think they're above construction jobs. Like they don't want to do it. And it's like, that's fine. You don't have to, but then don't try to turn around and say that now that job isn't open, because you don't want to do it anyway. So Timber, on the other hand, wants to work. So why wouldn't we hire Timber for the job? If Timber's like, hell yeah, let's go. And apparently, yeah, it won't even, it will literally keep building, rain or shine. That's great. Thanks, Timber. We also have an email, phenomena.cases@gmail.com. Oh, speaking of, we have one phenomena story so far that a friend of mine, Nick, sent over. So I'm very excited to read that for the Phenomena episode for season 5. Definitely send me your personal Phenomena stories if they have to do with paranormal or Mandela effect or lucid dreaming or astral projection or literally any phenomena that you've experienced. You gotta let us know at phenomena.cases@gmail.com. We also have a Patreon that is Phenomena Podcast on Patreon. We have a free tier, $2 tier, and a $5 tier. And with the paid tiers, you get a little bit extra stuff weekly, and then also monthly. You get free. You get first look access at the Phenomena Seance episodes. There are some bonus episodes that are going to come out on like Patreon only, but we do have a Discord that's pinned to the top to all Patreon tiers. So you can check out our Discord and talk to us about who your favorite pokepic is and why and who you think the pokepic should be and if you agree with our pokepic or not. I love a good we can have a discourse on Discord. I used to call Discord discourse all the time, but now I'm a seasoned Discord user. No, I'm not, but check out our Discord. It's fun. New episodes come out every Wednesday at 6 p.m. PST. And next time on Phenomena, we will be talking about the city of El Dorado. Yes, one of my favorite movies. It's a DreamWorks film, I believe. I don't think it's Disney. I think it's a DreamWorks film. It's so good, but also it's inspired by a true lost city of El Dorado. So, like, let's dig into that. Because I only know what the movie says about it, but obviously, like, it's loosely based on the history. I wonder if it has to do with, like, the Aztec people or the Inca. I don't know. I think it's City of El Dorado is in Mexico. Let's see if I'm right about this. But also, like, in the movie, they, like, donate a lot of the gold to Xibalba, which that'll be interesting to know if that has anything to do with the real lost city of El Dorado. And in the movie, it's like they can't like see it. Like they get, or they have to go through, I don't know, it's hidden from people that otherwise, are going to try to find it. I don't know. It's like they take the bad guys to like the end of a waterfall and they're basically like, wait, it was here. What? Oh my God. I think it's like I think you go through the waterfall to get there. But anyway, it's sealed off. So I wonder how much of that actually has to do with the real history of El Dorado. So definitely tune in next week because we're going to be learning something new. And remember, you can always explore the rabbit hole without falling all the way down, lest you fall into a random drainage room in the Winchester Mystery House. Good luck trying to find your way out because I don't think any of it makes any sense. So, yay. See you next week. Bye.